Discovering Science, and this is my brother Kevin Fogg.
Hi, everybody.
First of all, thank you so much again for purchasing one of our grab-and-go STEM packages. And again, staying safe at home, always a good idea, and we're very glad you chose to do some STEM at home.
Yeah.
So remember, as we mentioned in our first video, you can always pause, rewind, fast forward the video, or even start it over. If for some reason we get too far ahead, just stop the video, go back to the beginning, and watch it again. So we're going to go ahead and start with our lesson 2, which is our Supersonic Sound Lab.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for sure. What we have in front of us is all of the things that are included in your Supersonic Sound Lab. So I want to go over these things and show you what we have, and then we'll talk a little bit about sound. But first, we have our laser guitar. This laser guitar takes AAA batteries. I believe it was 3 AAA batteries. Those are included in your kit. And you will need a tiny little screwdriver to open this little fella right here. And when you take the screwdriver, don't lose that screw. Do it over a table or something. I already lost the screw on this one. I had to tape mine closed. But that's always an option too. So, laser guitar. Then we have the
Rock Dock.
The DJ Rock Dock, which is really, really cool. I can't wait to show you guys this stuff. The DJ Rock Dock, a lot of fun. And then what do you have over there?
This is a really cool vibration speaker. It basically turns anything at home, like a soup can, into a speaker. It's pretty cool.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I have a question for you. If a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it actually make a sound?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So in order to answer this question scientifically, we have to understand what sound really is. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly what sound is. Sound is... Wait a minute, what just happened?
I didn't hear it.
I know, I stopped moving my lips.
Oh.
No, I was still moving my lips. I stopped moving my hands around.
Oh, there you go.
No, I was still moving my hands around.
No, wait.
All I did was stop the vibration of my vocal cords. I have a rubber band right here, and it's kind of like the little vocal cords in my body. And as I push air past them, they create this vibration, and that vibration bounces around in my mouth and then travels to you guys, well, to the speaker of the camera, but normally it travels to your ears through the air. You see, sound is a vibration. Everybody say vibration. Vibration! Sound is a vibration that travels in waves. And when it travels in waves, it travels from our mouths to your ears. Really kind of neat. So sound is a vibration that travels in waves. And what we're going to do today is we're going to become sound scientists. We're going to learn a little bit more about loud sounds and soft sounds and what it means when we have high amplitude and low amplitude. Can you tell us something about amplitude?
Amplitude? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Amplitude is basically another word for volume. So if I was talking in too low of an amplitude, it might be too quiet for you to hear on the video. Also, if I was talking way too loud, too much amplitude would be too much volume. So that's what amplitude is. It's basically volume.
I don't think anybody's ever told us we have too little amplitude.
Never.
We're pretty loud dudes.
Yeah.
So let's talk also about another different style of sound, and that is frequency.
Whoa.
So if we talk about high frequency, does that mean I'm being really loud? No, that's amplitude. So if I'm talking about high frequency, here we go. All I'm talking about is the change the sound waves so the sound sounds totally different. Listen to a high frequency sound. This is a high frequency sound.
Whoa.
That was a really high frequency sound.
That was way different. That was a high frequency
from.
sound. That was pretty good.
And if I were to try a low frequency sound, I'm not good at these, but low frequency sound. I always make a weird face when I say low frequency sound.
Low frequency.
But that's a low frequency sound. So I have a little challenge for you. And you guys could try this challenge at home. It's a lot of fun. You can even challenge your parents. Tell them they have to act silly. What I want you to do, Mr. Fogg, is I want you to make a high amplitude, low frequency sound.
So something like this would be pretty good.
That was low frequency, but I don't think it was very high amplitude.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. So we need low frequency, high
low
amplitude?
frequency, high amplitude.
Okay. Hello, everybody. This is a low frequency, high amplitude sound.
Oh, that was good. Cool.
Yeah, not bad.
All right. Now try me.
Did I make a funny face too, though?
I don't think so. All right.
All right. Now I want you to do a high frequency, low amplitude sound.
Okay. High frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I already did that one. Cool. And low amplitude.
Low amplitude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Not bad. That was
pretty good. I don't even know if you guys can hear that one at home.
Might have been too low amplitude. I don't know.
But that's a lot of fun. So you guys can try that one. Experiment with high frequency sounds and low frequency sounds and high amplitude and low amplitude sounds. It's a whole lot of fun. Make sure you try it at home. I'm telling you, challenge your parents. If you get your parents to do high frequency and high amplitude, you're basically challenging your parents to scream at home. It's pretty exciting.
That's pretty fun.
So let's talk about some of the things that we have here that can do high and low frequency sounds and also change the amplitude. So I want to show you guys our cool laser guitar and how this works. The laser guitar actually plays a lot of the notes that a real guitar will play. Now there's an on and off switch in the back, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on first. There we go. It's turned on. And now I have a whole bunch of buttons right here. These are the notes that you play. Now, when you press a note, it's not exactly just going to play the note. It's just going to shine a laser down below. Oh, I'm moving it too much.
There we go.
And now when I move my hand across the laser, it's going to actually play that note. So I can see the laser. You guys can't see it. It's over there on the wall. But as I cross the beam with my hands, it's going to play that note.
Whoa! So wait, can I try? Let me see.
Yeah,
Let's see if it
give
works.
it a shot.
Here we go. Whoa, that's so cool.
And you can play different notes. So you can... I wish I knew how to play guitar.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a whole bunch of... If you know how to play guitar, it has all of the notes, then it has sharp, and it has flat, and it has minor, and I mean, it has all these buttons that we don't know how to do because we don't know how to play guitar. Yeah. But it also has a really neat feature that we're going to use in a little bit. I want to talk about it for a second. Over here, it has an input and an output. Now, the input means that you can plug something into it, and the sound will actually come out of the guitar, which is exciting, but not my favorite feature. The out is my favorite feature, and I'm going to show you just after Mr. Fogg shows you how the rock duck works.
Ah, so maybe in the future, in a second, we might even be able to plug this into the rock dock and play it through these speakers. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
So this is the DJ rock dock, and you get the whole kit. It's really a really amazing kit. It even includes an instruction manual with some really educational information on sound and how Mr. Fogg mentioned it is a vibration, right? Travels in the form of sound waves, but it also has the instructions for this build. So you can use the instructions straight out of the pamphlet to build your own rock dock at home. But should we kind of open it up and show them what's inside?
Yeah, there's got to be some tips and tricks that you can show us when it comes to the wires.
Absolutely.
I know it's hard for us to get close to the camera, but if you wanted me to show them how to tape the wires together, I could run up there and show the camera.
Yeah, and there's actually pictures of the taped wires inside the manual as well. But to open this up, it's kind of hard to open once you do complete the project. So be careful if you do need to open it up later on. There's a tab on the back. It's actually labeled F, as in Mr. Fogg, which is kind of cool. That's our... And we open it up. There we go. So one door is opened. I believe they actually made this easy to open so you can change out the battery if it does lose battery power. So that's kind of cool.
And this one uses a square battery, the 9-volt battery.
This uses a 9-volt battery.
We're also including in our kits as well.
All right, so we're going to get this opened up here. As I open the top, I notice a couple things. Oh, we have to make sure all these tabs are out. Like we said, a little difficult to open up, but there we go. All right.
Yeah, once you put it together, you don't need to open it. This is just so we can show you the inside. Whoa.
Yeah, it can look a little tricky, look a little messy, but it's actually pretty easy. So inside, you're going to see all the components needed for the actual music player. What do we need? How do we send vibrations out? We use speakers. So there's not one, but there are 2 speakers. Call that stereo sound. There's also a battery holder that holds our battery. What kind of battery was this again?
It was a 9-volt battery.
9 volt, there we go, okay. And then on the circuit board, they made it really easy to identify and figure out which wire goes to which piece. And when it actually comes to connecting the wires together, we're not going to use solder. No, we're not melting metal. We're not using glue. All we do, we put the 2 wires together like this, like an X. We twist them, and then we put a piece of tape and cover the twisted connection.
Just a simple, you don't roll it or anything like that. It's just a simple fold of tape.
Easy
I want to
as
hold
that.
this up to the camera and show people what the
Yeah, we're going to get a closer look.
tabs look like.
So there's maybe about 10 or so taped connections that you'll need to complete. And they are color-coded. They're even labeled that say the name. So it says left speaker wires, right speaker wires. It says LED light indicator. And it shows you exactly how to do it. Super easy peasy. Another tip for you at home is when it comes at the beginning of the build, you'll notice that this box has a bunch of fold areas that you can fold. I would always fold these ahead of time. Fold every single line that you see so it's pre-folded and ready to go. That will make it easier to have the wires reach the distance they'll need to reach later on.
Very cool.
Yeah, other than that, though, it's a pretty simple build, especially with all the instructions that are supplied in the manual. And you'll even see this cord here, and now we're going to get to kind of the demo with what this does. So on the top, there's a really nice switch that you completed. You might be able to see this red LED light indicator. It tells us that it's switched on. If I turn it off, it turns off. On is on. And we can plug this in to the output, which is on the back of the guitar, and we can actually amplify, just like amplitude. Amplify means to make things louder, right? To raise the amplitude. We're going to amplify that sound.
All right, here we go. It's
so now if we hold the note, here we go.
Here we go.
Whoa! Way louder.
This button right here also plays from songs too. Here we go.
Not bad, not bad.
Now I'm going to play along. No, I'm not going to.
No.
You're gonna sound terrible.
We're science teachers, not musicians. All right.
Very cool.
Very good, very good. And then make sure you always turn this off to save your battery power. That's pretty cool, right?
Awesome, and it comes in that cool box, and it looks like it also comes with an extra, inside the box, there's also an extra little folding cardboard section to make it a whole different style than the whole DJ Rock Dock thing.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so you have two choices, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Should we get into the vibration speaker?
I would love to hear about the vibration speaker.
All right, so this is really cool. It comes packed in a really nice, actually high quality container. You squeeze these tabs, it opens up really easily. We already have our 2 AAA batteries inside, which will be included in the kit. And you might notice this thing that kind of starts to fall out.
Looks like an ear.
It looks totally like an ear. I don't know. It looks like a stethoscope maybe for a doctor, right? A stethoscope.
Interesting.
And it kind of might work the same way, almost like a stethoscope. Anyway, so let's see what we got here. So we have this cord connected to this little blue thing. Believe it or not, this is the little tiny speaker. And so this is actually going to have vibrations travel through it, because that's how sound is made. And if we touch this to an object, it will actually send the sound through that object. Well, pretty crazy.
So the vibration travels through the object.
Absolutely. The vibration travels through the object. So you can actually use it to test different objects you have around the house. What were some things that we had lying around our house that we figured we could try out?
Right now it's a good idea to have chicken noodle soup. It's
Is it lunch?
rainy and kind of cloudy, so
Lunchtime?
yeah, a little chicken noodle soup.
Okay.
So we can eat it, or we can change it into a speaker.
Yeah. Luckily, we didn't eat this one yet, so it's good to test.
Let's get this. I'm going to move the rock dock out of the way.
All right. Very good. So how do you test this object? Let me just show you how it works. So first off, you would need to plug this in to something you have around at home that can send signal out. Maybe a phone, maybe a tablet, a computer, maybe
or a laser guitar.
Maybe the laser guitar that comes in your kit. How cool is that? And what if we don't want to have this short cord plugged in? Guess what? In the kit, it includes an extension so that you can have a little bit more reach. Here, you plug that in. I'll hold this one.
All right, sounds good.
Perfect.
All right.
So now, if we do this, let me make sure this is turned on. I just flip the switch here. There we go. Green light's on. That means it's good to go. And the laser's shining. And so now,
I can
can feel this vibrating, so I know it's working. But it's kind of quiet, huh?
Yeah, I can't hear much.
Should we try to amplify it a little?
Yeah, let's give
All
it
right,
a
let's
shot.
see. I'll put this box over here. I'm just going to touch this to here while Mr. Fogg plays. Here we go.
Whoa!
Whoa, hold on. So I take it off, play it again, and I'm just going to touch it. Whoa! Oh my goodness! Wow, that made a big difference. That was surprising.
So you know what we can do? We could probably experiment a little bit. We know it sounds great on a cardboard box.
Yeah.
We could experiment with stuff we have at home. Like I had some spearmint soup. We have a Campbell's noodle soup. We have this right here. It's a little play school truck. So let's try the 3 of these. We don't want to try too many things because we want you to try these experiments at home. But let's try the soup and see what happens.
All right, here we go. All right, I don't hear much. Let's see.
Not much. Oh, Campbell's soup makes a pretty good speaker.
Maybe not quite as loud as the box, but still much louder than without anything. All right.
Let's try one more. We want to give you guys something to try at home. So we're just going to do one more. Should we try the little truck?
Yeah, let's try the little toy truck. Yeah, toy truck with a little tow string. All right, here we go. Let's give the toy truck.
Oh, it's okay. I still think the box sounded great. I challenge you guys to find something that sounds better than the box. Try a box and then try to find something that sounds even better than the box. And who knows, maybe you could post like a comment about it or something. That would be really cool.
Let us know. You let us know what you find out works best at home. And who knows, maybe we'll have it featured in the next video. We'll test what you told us.
Very cool. Well, guys, we want to thank you again for joining us for our grab-and-go STEM package lesson. And thanks again for your social distancing and enjoying STEM science at home.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Woohoo.